You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.
Yes.
We're glad you're here. For those of y'all who don't know who Kimberly is a member. That's
She
not
is.
the right word. It's
She's
not a member.
She's part of the club.
No, I wasn't even going to say that.
Okay.
See, I was going to say that after.
Okay.
She is on the team, the Atlanta Steam.
Which is playing for people who don't know nothing.
It's the ladies football. It's not called ladies. What's it called? The what football league?
Legends Football League.
Legends Football League.
So it's.
I say ladies because it's ladies.
Yes.
I have a whole bunch of questions about that because I'm trying to understand how
Okay.
that works.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The Legends Football League, and she's on the Atlanta Steam. So she didn't follow in her legendary daddy's footsteps,
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Jim Brown.
Yes.
And she is part of the club,
Yes.
part of the legacy club.
Yes,
Yes.
we are. Definitely.
Of course.
Definitely.
I was trying to find a picture of your dad and my dad. I mean, I know they did a movie together, but I'm sure there's pictures of them
Oh, of
together.
course there is. There has to be.
Yeah.
Where are they though? Like I see pictures keep popping up of of random
Yeah.
people, and it's pretty cool. I'm like, dang, Dad, you knew Elvis?
But it was a clip of somebody
Right.
sent me a clip of the two of them in the barbecue restaurant, which was hilarious.
What?
Yeah.
Like the behind the scenes?
No, it was just a clip of
Oh.
I guess what they thought was funny, but it was both of them.
Oh, okay.
You know when my dad got blown up? When he shot
yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
He put all those guns on him and
That
slipped and
was
fell. I was like, that would have to be you.
Goodness. No.
That movie is so iconic.
I know.
I'm gonna get you sucka if you guys don't know. If you don't.
If you don't know,
But
where have you
everybody's
been?
seen that movie.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, I don't know. Something's wrong.
Something's wrong, right?
Yes.
All right, Kimberly, thank you for being here once again.
No problem.
Well, my first time meeting you was at the Daughters of Legacy show.
Yes,
That-
which was so amazing.
Wasn't
Oh
it
my gosh, we had
good?
front row tickets, front row seats.
It was fun.
And I just want you guys to go on the road.
We are. Which
Good.
we're working on that. You gonna come out and when Yama can't MC, you gonna come out and MC?
Yes.
Okay. Don't read the Wikipedia page like Yama did.
Yama's very right brain. I'm very analytical, so I do black and white
Give me
very
what
well.
to read.
Yeah.
If you give me what you want me to read, then I ain't gonna read it.
It was
get
so
to know
funny.
it.
We were sitting there like,
Right, she giving
Is she for real? It's
like
time.
she's introducing
you
speakers.
know, Keisha was, Keisha, I was crying laughing. And Keisha, is Yama gonna read everything? I said, she is. So you
Right.
should have told her not.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You should have been
But
more
it flowed
specific.
though.
Yeah.
It flowed. It was great. It was great.
I had to get I had to let folks know who y'all was.
Yes, yes, and she broke it down. So it was great.
Yeah. So that was my first time meeting you.
That was my
Yes.
first time too. Actually, do you
Yes.
live here?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I've been here about 10 months in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yes,
From
LA.
LA.
Yes.
How do you like it so far?
I love it. I love it. I actually
Good.
do.
Compared to LA.
Yes. I think the people here are just more, just a lot better.
Real, more real.
More real,
Real,
probably.
genuine, people that want to, just assist you on your journey and help you out. LA, it's kind of like,
Yeah. Every man for himself.
Exactly.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
can I screw you?
My daughter feels the same way. She's on
Really?
her way back. Yeah, she's moving out of her apartment. She'll be back on Saturday officially.
Oh, wow.
Back in
Because she
hot
was like,
Atlanta.
I do not like that.
She was tired of it. But so now here's the question.
Okay.
My first question for you. So obviously I didn't go into the music industry. What made you follow in your dad's footsteps?
Well,
Did you feel like it was inevitable? Like you grew up around, like you had a football was your first gift as a baby?
not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Actually, my father and I used to play basketball. So
Okay.
basketball is my first love.
Okay.
But then I concocted this whole plan.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and follow in his footsteps. This is how I want to start. I'm going to use this platform to do it. Because you don't see a lot of women playing football.
Right.
You know,
No.
that's technically a man's sport.
Right.
So, to stick out, be different, I chose football. So
Okay.
this is my first year. It's my rookie year.
All right.
I never played before.
Okay.
So I was able to make the team, which is awesome. And I just been training and working ever since.
But
Yeah.
you knew about, like, 'cause some of us have no idea the intricate parts of the game of football. So you clearly knew that before.
No.
You really?
No, I'm
How
coming
could you
from
not-
I'm coming from the bottom.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You about to lose your card now.
You had to know something.
No.
Really?
No.
Because you really loved basketball.
I really love basketball, and plus, like, even though my dad was, the greatest of all time in football, he retired like 20 something years after, and I was born. That I
Yeah.
was born, so he moved on.
Right.
Even in his interviews today, sometimes he's like, I don't want to talk about football.
Yeah.
It's like that was back in the 60s, the 50s, 60s.
Right.
So it's like, we're now in 2019. So yeah, he played basketball just like now. Me and my dad, when I was growing up, we played backgammon. He doesn't play that anymore.
Yeah, my mom loved backgammon
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
backgammon.
I used to love
now
that
he's
too.
chess. So
Yeah.
so I had to learn, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And it's a great process. It's a great journey that I'm on, because I do like the sport. I love the team aspect of it, and I like the contact.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, child.
You don't be like hurting like a mug when you finish with a game. I know your body be sore.
It's
That's
not even
true.
a game. It's practice.
practice, yeah.
Yeah, it's practice. I'm getting beat up, because I'm on the line.
Yeah.
No, I'm on the
You're
D-line.
defensive- Yeah.
Really?
So I'm on the line. So every play, I'm fighting. I'm getting hit, or I'm hitting, things like that. So, yeah.
Wow.
Is it a good way to take out frustration?
It is. Every time I get mad, I'm like, dude, I want to be on the field right now.
Seriously?
Bitch up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's cool. I like it.
So what's the plan? Did you try out for the team here in Atlanta and then move here? You were like, I'm out of LA, I want to move to Atlanta, and then that came about.
No, I actually tried out. I was actually in Atlanta. Somebody in my DMs came in, was like, yeah, you should try out for the LFL. And I was like, I already did in LA. I just came like way later. So I didn't have that much time. And I was like, I don't know, And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, it kind of puts my plan of my journey of my life together, of where I want to go, where I want to be. So, I tried out, and I made the team, and I've been practicing with them, and and everything.
So when does the season start for?
Wait a minute, y'all going to the playoffs.
Yeah, we're in playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yes, we're
Oh,
in
my
playoffs.
goodness.
Matter of fact, your playoffs against Seattle, right?
Yes,
On Saturday?
yes, this Saturday in
Canada?
LA. In LA.
Oh, in LA. I thought
Yes.
it was in Canada. Where did I get that from?
No, the championship game is in Seattle,
Oh, okay.
which is
okay.
close to Canada. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't know where I got that from.
so yeah, playoffs Saturday.
So how long is the season?
We only play about 4 games.
Okay.
4
Okay.
games, and then we have playoffs and then championship. So our season normally starts about April to September.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I've seen it on TV. I'm sorry. I was like, ain't no way in the
Okay,
world.
so the Legends, tell us about the Legends Football League, because I know there used to be,
The lingerie.
yes, the Lingerie League, which is different, right?
Well, it's the same. It's the same. They just revamped it under Legends Football
Okay.
League.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess the women aren't wearing lingerie so much. I haven't
Right.
gone back. Like, we've been around for 10 years.
Right.
We're still,
I mean, y'all
You know-
still look hot.
yeah.
Dang.
That's the only reason why I would do it is the outfits are cute. But I mean, other than that,
Man, you got to be in some serious shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Seriously, that was motivation. Like, for my ass
Yeah.
to be in the gym.
Right.
Like, for real, for real.
So do you you work out in the gym in addition to practice and stuff like
Oh
that?
yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, that's all my time is practicing, in the gym, working out, and working on other things that I need to do.
What is your diet like? I know this is a crazy question, but I bet.
Well, I keep trying different things, and I'm
Do
gonna.
you eat wherever you want?
Actually, I'm starting to eat whatever I want. But
Y'all
I
didn't hear
only
that.
eat within a time frame. So some
Okay.
days I'll eat within 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's called intermittent fasting. Or I'll eat just one big meal one day.
Yeah.
One day. And I think that works.
How
like,
do you,
seriously.
But how do you have enough energy to make it through your day of workout, practice, and all that kind of stuff?
I actually practice on an empty stomach.
What?
Yeah. Because I want that fat to burn.
Something like you pass out.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't. No, because our practices are like early in the mornings or like early in the afternoons. So it's okay because I might have ate dinner at like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock that night.
Okay.
So my body gets used to it though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Every time like I said, I've seen it and I'm like, I would never do that. I commend you. It just looks like it hurts.
Yeah, it does. It does.
just looks
I
like-
used to get bruised. Now I'm not getting bruised so much because I guess we're not doing so much, on the practicing, like during practice. We don't want to get hurt. 'Cause
Yeah.
we
You
have
have
games.
games.
Yes. So, but at the beginning, I was bruised up.
Oh my God.
How long are the practices?
We have Friday night practices for a couple hours, and then Saturday practices, we have 2 practices that will last between 4 to 6 hours. And then Sunday, we'll have another 2 to 2.5 hour practice.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Ew.
Dang,
Yeah.
man.
Not
But
too many.
it's it's discipline, it's dedication,
Yeah.
it's sacrifice. So I've learned so much from this process of being with these ladies and having them support me on
Yeah.
this journey. Because they've been in there like 7 years, 6 years, 5 years. You know what I mean? They've been in there in the league for a long time.
So how does your dad feel about this? You doing this?
Well, I didn't actually tell him.
That sound like the move. That sound like what we would do.
Right?
I'll tell you a little later. I'll tell you about it later.
You gotta approach, dad, a legend, different ways than, other ones. So, but once I made the team, I called him with my stepmom/mom, and I told them that I was playing football, and they were like, "Oh, great, good." I was like, "What?"
Right.
Okay.
Right.
They were like, "What position?" I was like, "DN," and they were like, "Oh, okay." And then it was amazing that they came out to my LA game.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh my, I was
That's so
so
good.
excited, filled with so much love. I was like, Dad, you came. Oh my God. Oh my God. Even though you didn't get to see me play, but you're still here. Yeah, you still came, which was amazing. And then he got to meet my team members and they got to take pictures. And it was just, and we lost. We lost that game. And it was nice that everybody was so upset and like very sad. And then my dad comes and then everybody just like cheers up and they're so excited. So it was great. He kind of like changed the whole mood.
Yeah.
I get this question a lot simply because even though that wasn't your intent, you essentially are in the same business that your dad was in.
Yes.
How does, like, when they, clearly probably when you tried out, they didn't know. So when your dad shows up, are people like, okay, oh my God.
Oh, they
like,
knew.
How does that, they knew?
They knew. My Instagram,
Oh, that's true. They do research. That's true.
yes.
This totally different
Yes,
from
yeah,
when we
yeah.
was
Some
younger.
people didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, do you feel pressure, or is it a weird feeling? Or did you feel like pressure that he came to the game?
No, I didn't feel any pressure.
Really?
No, I didn't feel any pressure.
Y'all must
Because
got a great relationship.
I just feel like right now I'm still learning. So,
Yeah.
I do have high expectations of myself, but I'm still living in reality of saying, hey, this is my first time playing football. My confidence and my technique and my skills are just going to get better from here.
Right.
So having that mindset and not putting too much pressure on yourself or other people putting pressure on you, I maintain my own with the mindset that I have.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Like, next year, I know I'm going to be better.
Yeah.
And then the following year, I'm going to even be better.
So did you sign like a long-term contract with the Steam, or how does that work?
It's a 1-year contract.
It's a 1-year contract.
It's a
So
1-year
you
contract.
could be somewhere else.
Yes, which I am. I actually am.
So is that your news?
Yes.
Where
yes.
are you going?
Well, let me say this. I'm actually, that's another reason about the gala.
Okay.
The next day I attended a football combine, and there's a new women's football league, and it's called the WFLA Women's Football League Association.
Okay.
And they were having tryouts, and this is a league that's actually going to be on the NFL level for women.
Oh, wow.
They're going to be paying us insurance, taking care of everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this will
That's
be my last year with the
exciting.
LFL.
Oh, wow. So where is it based? Where are you going to be?
I don't know. My draft day is August 31st in Vegas.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
Not
I
a
don't.
draft party in baby.
Yes. So I don't even know what team I'm going to yet. You know,
Uh-huh.
I know that there was a few teams looking at me at the combine, but don't know which one yet.
So this is the first year for the league.
This will be
This will be the first season.
2020.
Coming up.
Yeah,
Okay.
2020.
Okay. And how many teams do they have?
They have 8 teams right now.
Okay.
But they're going to expand it to 32.
Wow.
Yeah, and I want to actually purchase a team if I can.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's
we
dope.
look. That's a good segue into that next
Yeah.
little segment we're gonna be talking about with Jay-Z, because we
Yeah.
got to get your take on all of that stuff too. But that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Clearly,
The
they feel like there is an audience for it.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't,
Yeah.
they wouldn't take.
No,
it
they're
to
putting their big bucks behind
Yeah.
it. They're putting big bucks behind it. This is going to be the first women's league paid.
That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
Can you tell who's behind it? Can you mention?
Her name is Lupe Rose.
Okay.
She's the CEO, owner. She owns She Beverage Company. She has a ton of companies that's going to be sponsoring the league.
Okay.
So yeah, they're
Is
going to have
she
multiple
from the United
combines.
States?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And she's going to
cool.
have different combines all over. They're going to travel. And so, any women that are interested in trying out, go to WFLAfootball.com and get some more information.
This is gonna be exciting.
It
I'm gonna
is.
ask
I'm
my
about to get
husband and be like, "You gonna watch the WF?"
Well, we gotta go. We
FLA.
gotta see her in a game though. So we gotta see. We gotta come to a game.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
You ain't gonna know what you watching.
Don't matter as long as I just see her on.
We
I
won't
can
have the
tell-
cute outfits anymore, though.
I was just about to
Oh,
ask
so
you
it's
that.
like real, like
Yeah, it's real 11 on 11 tackle.
Ooh,
Fully
I still
clothed,
want to see that though.
fully padded.
Fully padded.
Fully padded, helmet, everything. Yeah.
I want to see that though.
That
Yeah.
now it just got real.
Now
Yeah.
we got real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But the LFL is real too. Like we
Well,
have
I'm not
less.
saying it's not real, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying too. But I'm saying with the LFL, the difference is we're barely padded.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We're running into a wall. We're not running out of bounds. It's straight contact. We're wearing a hockey helmet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're not even as protected. But the WFLA will be like the real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's exciting though.
It is. It is. I'm ready to get paid.
I know that's right, sister. I would be too. I'd be like, the lady mentioned a check.
Yeah.
I'm going where the check
I'm
is.
going where the check is. Exactly. Cut that check. Cut it.
Where you need me to move? Okay, I'll be there.
I'll be there. Exactly.
Well, that's good. Congratulations
Thank
again.
you. Thank
Congratulations. I know your dad is very, very proud of you. for
Yes,
sure.
he is. I actually, I went up to the house afterwards and I told him right after the tryout. So he was like, "Yeah, all right, cool."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man,
That's just funny to me though.
if things
Just-
have changed.
yeah, definitely.
Things have changed. All
I'm
right.
glad my daddy only sang and played. Thank you. I can do
So
that.
you don't have to do any
yeah,
contact.
just do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Wow.
he's the actor.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, all right, we're going to take a little break because when we come back, we're going to bring Tutan in and we're going to talk about this controversy, this Jay-Z stuff. And we know everybody been talking about it, so we got to put our opinions out there.
Yeah, Lord, please don't get too emotional, y'all.
We're not going to get emotional. Oh, you mean our people?
Yeah.
But, well, whatever. We'll see. Y'all call in 404-418-5233. We know y'all don't like to call, so make sure y'all say something on our Instagram, and we'll be sure to talk about it. All right, we're going out right now with, what are we going out with? Something by Isaac Hayes
I
from
ain't never
the
even heard
Isaac
that.
Hayes movie. On Soul Sisters, and now we got another guest with us. Tutan.
What's going on?
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
For those of y'all that don't know, this is a veteran NFL player. Played in the league, what, 10 years?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
Down for
Yes.
the
You
time.
actually still walking. All right. All right then.
Yeah, I've been doing all right.
You been doing okay?
See, that's crazy. I'm sorry. I can't.
Did you hear Kimberly in here talking about the new league?
I did.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
What do you think?
I think it's great. I mean, I believe I heard women owners in the league as well.
Yeah, it's
I think
a
that's
woman
empowering. That's amazing.
Yep.
Something that's needed, you know.
and minority. She's a minority as well.
Oh, that's even better.
That's even better.
That's even better.
Okay.
That's the progress you want to see, you know.
Did you watch the Lingerie League?
I watched it in the beginning. I think I knew or met a few people that played, but I haven't watched it recently.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't
So
say
you
I
haven't watched it since lingerie went away.
Since they put the clothes on, I was like, nah, this ain't it. Nah, let me stop. Nah, it is. We actually, a couple of my buddies had an opportunity to go last year. I think they played in Gwinnett.
Yeah.
And, but I wasn't able to make it. I had a conflict, but they went up there. Tequila
Okay.
Spice, Carlos Emmons, my boys, they went up there and checked the game out.
The Rat Pack.
What they
The
think?
usual suspects, you know.
Usual suspects. I'm sorry. That's right. That's what they call themselves.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, it's pretty exciting, I think. So we got to figure out. Isaac Hayes, we need to get our money together so we can buy a team.
Let's do it.
Hot Atlanta need a team.
Yep.
Yes.
We just need your money because you can't be an owner. we got to have all female owners now. So we just need y'all to be silent partners.
That's a mess.
Just be silent.
You know,
Yes.
Isaac does not do anything
I
silently.
know, right? He gonna be
Child,
like,
please.
no.
A silent partner?
Right.
Absolutely
not. Well, anyway, so thank you guys both for being here again. And you know, we are talking about this Jay-Z NFL partnership and wanted to get y'all's take on it. Just obviously being employed by the NFL and being an athlete and just understanding all of that, you know, behind ownership and athletes and what that means. And now with Jay-Z announcing his partnership and possibly an ownership, Tutan, what do you think?
I think it's a positive move in the right direction, to be quite honest with you. I know
So
there's
you're
a lot
not
of,
one of those people that's hating on Jay right now.
Nah. And
Okay.
just because his track record has spoken for itself over the years, so why do we think all of a sudden now he's going to drop the ball and quote unquote sell out or, you know, have a negative mark on his name when he's done so well over the years to keep his name in a positive light and impact communities? I mean, again, his track record speaks for itself philanthropically. We all know what he does as a businessman. People look up to him from kids to adults. I still admire him as a businessman. I just don't see it. I don't see it being a negative. If anything, I would say I hope the league is not on some BS. You know,
Right.
The league has, and even as a former player, the league it's kind of notorious for taking an idea, saying no the first time and then running with it. So it almost seems as if this is what's happening now. You know, didn't really feel the whole vibe of Colin Kaepernick and what he was standing for, should I say what he was kneeling for during the national anthem. But now they've aligned themselves with a bigger brand, a larger brand. You're talking about two of the top entertainers in the world. When you talk about Jay-Z and NFL, the most profitable market in the world with 32 billionaires aligning themselves with another billionaire. But if they can do it right and actually have an positive impact on the community, make some change, make strides of what Colin Kaepernick started or brought light to, then I think it's a positive. I think we just got to kind of wait and see. And everybody wants to shoot from the hip and, you know, have this emotional knee-jerk reaction as to what it is supposed to be. It's only been a week since the announcement.
Right.
And you're talking about you want details on something that took hundreds of years we had an answer to, and you wanted it in a week?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got to give it some time.
Right. It doesn't make any sense. And then people are so up in arms about what he said we passed kneeling. And to me, I just felt like he was saying, like, we got to go to the next step.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I think so. I think, well, my honest opinion, Colin Kaepernick, he didn't know how to move. He just did what he thought. Like, I feel like people have different mindsets, and Jay-Z's like, you know, I'm on this higher level. So I'm going to do this deal with the NFL and I'm really make some type of change or difference. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I agree because I've kind of debated with some people, of course, you know me, online, with some of the things that I've seen. And I agree that what you said is that if you look, like, first of all, to say, somebody was like, well, I mean, that's whack. Why would he just do the halftime show and this, you know, that's so minor. And I said, but this is the thing. Think about who you're talking about.
Right.
This is the same person who didn't get a record deal and was like, okay, I'll start my own label. I was like, do you actually think that's his end game? That doesn't even make sense.
Right.
Like, let's be clear. We all know he came from the streets. And this is his street knowledge is probably why one of the reasons why he's become and being able to stay successful and acquire and make the strides that he's made. And I just feel like, again, you're making a judgment blindly because you have no idea what's in the deal. You have no idea what's in his head. And then if you base it upon all the things that he has done up until this point, and some things we didn't even know about because he didn't want it publicized.
Right.
When he's helping people, just how he helped his brothers in the community, like Lil Wayne. Tax trouble, here's $1 million, I'll pay it for. Like, it's a lot of stuff that he's done.
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill got basically put up financially to get him out of prison and did the Reform Alliance with all these people trying to create some kind of difference when it comes to prison reform. And so I'm like, are we just going to blindly ignore all of that?
Right.
And now all of a sudden he's a sellout. And somebody had posted and they were like, there's a difference between selling out and buying in.
Right.
And the reality of it is I commend Colin for putting himself on the line like that.
Absolutely.
Because he essentially lost his career, and I get it. But at the end of the day, what our country, we live in a capitalistic country, and what they understand is money. Money brings you power. And if you listen to Jay's raps, he's always said that. Like, that's what's going to get us in the door, money.
Right.
It is, period. And so somebody's like, well, clearly, I guess in the NFL, when you're voting as a team owner, it's 51 of them, right?
It's
or 52.
32. It's 32 teams, yeah.
So, but you have to vote.
Right. It has to be a majority vote.
But my thing is that it always has to start with one. So maybe he can open the door for Nas and Puffy. And personally, to me, I think that this was always the plan. It's been a plan ever since this stuff happened with Colin. I would see posts from Puff like, why don't we own a team? Puff can afford it. Nas can afford it now. Like, I think that, and they know each other. I just don't think that this is by chance, like, I just want to produce the halftime show. I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
Right.
He wouldn't perform on the halftime show.
Right.
So y'all, and they're like, he out there tap dancing. No, he's running it. Like, he wants to be in charge. He wants to have ownership. And if this is the way he can get it, then that's what's going to happen. And I feel like people saying that he just destroyed Colin's career. I mean, that was over. They're not.
I don't know what he got planned for whoever.
Yeah, I just don't.
I mean, Colin may have been taken aback by it, but he don't know all the moves that Jay-Z is doing or the reasons why he's doing it. And there's other things that he could be doing. I mean, not to say anything is wrong with being a player, but don't a lot of players want to be in the front office too?
Absolutely.
I mean, sometimes it's like, look, I can still get that check and not have to get beat up on the field.
And that's, to me, like, this is the thing. I wasn't really a football, watcher like that. I mean, of course I watched. My dad watched. I've been to games with my dad, all that kind of stuff. But when this started happening, I really paid attention more. And this is the thing. When I saw the draft, I was just outdone.
What do you mean?
Why is that?
Literally, no offense, but it literally looked like buying slaves. Like, when you step back and look to a person who's a novice, I had no idea what to expect. You're holding up signs and they're calling out. Like, it was like they weren't people.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. I've heard that before, and that connotation. It's when you go through the details of what it takes to get drafted into that moment as a kid, you don't really, you're not knowledgeable of that fact. As an adult. So when I became when I was an adult after going through the combine, which is, I heard you speaking about the combine earlier, where they do all your measurables. They take your height, your weight, how fast you run, how big your hands are, how quick you can turn around and move your hips and all that stuff, how flexible you are. When you look at it in that aspect, it's definitely visually similar to what we know now happened during the slave.
That's
slavery
what they did when they picked their slaves.
They picked the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, and that connotation. I can see where people are taken aback from it. But on the flip side, I think that kids, you have to something has to be, I guess, wrong with you as an adult if you fault a kid for following his dream, something that he aspired to be from a child.
Yeah.
And then as he's coming in to be a young adult, now gets paid handsomely to do it.
Yes.
And you're gonna knock him for doing that?
Yeah.
You know, if whatever it was when you were a kid, when your mom or your grandmother said, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? You're like, you know what? I want to be a fireman. I want to be a teacher, a doctor, whatever. I want to be an athlete, a football player. And you actually reach that dream. How you gonna knock somebody down once they reach that dream? That says more about you than it says about them.
Right.
You know, and kind of going back to Kaepernick, it sucks. And I had this conversation with friends, former football players, teammates, my brother even. It sucks that he was the sacrificial lamb for this movement. It totally sucks that he lost his career. We get that.
I totally disagree, though, guys.
I'm saying it sucks in the context that he was the first to put his job on the line. Think about it like this. How many people will walk away from millions of dollars to support the lives of people that they don't even know?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I would do it. Can you say that you would wholeheartedly go out there and do it?
I can say that our fathers did it.
Absolutely.
I know I wouldn't do it, though.
And that's 100% dope.
Yeah.
But are we in that generation now where we would do it?
Not most of us.
I would do it.
That's amazing.
I would do it.
That is amazing. I can honestly say that I do not know if I would walk away from that type of money.
A lot of people
But let me
say
say
that.
this
say
though. Let me say this though, because there's a greater picture. But the thing is, I would strategize.
Right.
I would partner with my team.
Right.
I would go to the owners and be like, you know what? I really want to take a stand. I really want to do this. I really want to help my people. I really want to do this. How can we partner?
Right.
You get what I mean? Instead of just going out there and taking a knee.
Right.
Because that just caused a whole bunch of drama and chaos and people fighting and separation
How do you
and
know
business.
Colin didn't do that, though, initially? And that's maybe why he took a knee, because he was trying to get attention.
Well, the one thing that I do know, what he said he did was he had been thinking about, he felt a particular way about it. So he asked another serviceman, what would be not, offensive or disrespectful, and that's what they told him to do. So I understand when you're saying that you could have maybe made a strategy, but I feel like maybe he didn't know that was going to happen, because literally they turned it into something that it was not. And I don't know if you could have any foresight that was going to happen, that all of a sudden they're disrespecting the flag, because that wasn't even really what it was about.
Wasn't the intent.
That wasn't the intent. So I don't know if he could have had foresight to figure that out. But I do feel like it has to come a time that's not changing a lot within the league. The only thing it has brought is it's brought attention to the disparities sometimes in the league, and of course the killing of brown and black people in the street by police.
We've already known that, though.
But I don't think a lot of people, I think a lot of people, especially those that are not our color, I don't believe that they really believed it or saw it. I think, and the one thing, have you guys seen, which is kind of the same topic, the Meek Mill documentary?
I haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's so good.
The owner of the 76ers, he's a friend of Meek. And Meek used to just go to the games. And so when Meek was trying to tell him about the justice system and the disparities and all these things that were going on, he was like, oh, stop complaining. But then he interviewed him again, and he was like, this is my friend, so now I'm paying attention. And it's like, oh my God, this is wrong. So I think a lot of people didn't know or didn't really want to accept, because when you think about what people would say is he should have complied. He's dead. You know what I mean? So I think that still brought a certain level of light to the problems on the field, within the NFL, and in the streets.
And I think my point was being a sacrificial lamb, meaning he wasn't able to continue his career that he, as I just spoke of, as a kid that you dreamed about, right? But now you have somebody that the league is messing with. They weren't messing with Meek. Meek chose to stick by his guns and what he believed in, and didn't continue his career in the NFL. And then he later on settled, for whatever amount of money it was, to no longer play. Let's be quite honest. Nobody's going to sign him right now, right? So now you are the initial person to go out on a limb and say, okay, this is what I believe. And now you have a Jay-Z that comes into the fray and says, okay, let's take it a step further. And the league says, you know what? Now our eyes are open. Let's see if we can make this work. So if the end goal is still to affect those black and brown people that are in the community facing a social injustice, and you have one person that they're not messing with, they say decide to mess with somebody else, and you still have a way to impact change, why are we mad at Jay-Z if he gets this done? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we were on Meek's side because of what he was doing and what he was standing for. So if we really are on his side and somebody else is doing it, why does it matter who the face of the movement is? I mean, you can have multiple people that actually push this initiative forward, in my opinion.
You're going to have
Yeah.
multiple
You're gonna
people.
have to.
You're going to have to, because that, like you said, those are billionaires. It's a small club
Right.
that they not really trying to let nobody looks like us in.
Right.
And if Jay-Z can get it done, then that should be the next move, because I don't get with football, like, and I don't know if I'm wording it right, but y'all's contracts suck compared to basketball.
Factual.
But you guys get beat up more.
we get
You take
beat up
way more risk.
Yeah, definitely is way easier to have a career-ending or a season-ending injury. There are more players, you know what I mean? So with the collective bargaining agreement and the amount of money each team is able to make, you know, you have to split that 53 ways plus practice squad as opposed to 12 active players and, you know, 15 on the team for basketball. So, you know, let's be realistic. Guys in the NFL, you can't name maybe the top 5 players on the team, where if you name the top 5 players on the basketball team, that's the starting 5.
Yeah.
So you name the top 5, you got 48 other players that have to get paid. Everybody's not going to get guaranteed contract. They're just not doing it.
And that's the thing, though, to me, when you're putting your body in that kind of harm's way, to me, it needs to be some kind of guarantee. I just think it's not fair. Like, there are people who have, like, even when you some people who haven't made the millions of dollars that the stars have made, they come out of the league injured, like, can't do anything. And that's just not, to me, I don't think it's fair. And so I feel like there's
other issues, obviously. I'm sure the Players Association has been talking about that for years.
Yeah, and that's been so what they do with the Players Association every few years, they come to a collective bargaining agreement with certain issues that they believe are beneficial for the current players as well as the former players and the players to come, right? So once that agreement is set, is in stone for maybe like 10 years or so. So now the things going on now that players may not like, this was already written back when I was playing some 10 years ago. At that point, the benefits come into play. How many years do you get benefits after you retire? How many years to your pension kicks in? Things like that. So all of these things are set up, even into the TV contracts. When everybody's talking about the ratings are down, I'm like, that don't matter, because these TV deals been paid for 10 years. These billions of dollars that have been sent to the NFL, they paid. They don't care if people are watching or not. Watch on your phone. Watch on the app. That money is there. All this is additional ad money to help these owners make more team owners make more money. So, you know, once you educate yourself and know the ins and outs of it and think of things not only just from the player's standpoint, which I am, but even if you're a business owner and realize certain things, you start to think of the way this goes different. You know what I mean? And real quick story. I was with the Giants, my favorite team growing up. I'm from New York. I got to play with them my last year in the NFL. I tell kids that I talk to always now, if you pray, if you're religious or whatever you put into the universe, whatever you speak into existence, do it in detail. I told my agent I wanted to play for the Giants. Last year, got to play for the Giants. I went to the preseason, started the first 2 preseason games, made ESPN top 10 for linemen, you know, doing my thing. And then got to week 1, somebody else got injured, and I was a backup at the time now, and I got released after week 1. So I went into the office, asked why I was being, you know, what was going on while I was being released. Coach said, you know, we have to pay you X amount of money, but we can get 3 players that are younger than you with a longer shelf life and get the same amount of, you know, reps that you get. So I said, you know what? I don't agree with it. It sucks, but it's a hell of a business move. And I was like, all right, it is what it is. So as you start to grow and mature and understand the business of the game, you start to be less affected emotionally about this. Can I curse?
Yeah.
About the shit that goes on. And that's just 100% real. And ask any player that's retired that knows the business side of it, and they'll tell you the same thing.
Yeah. But that makes sense, though. I was going to say this, though. My father, he's been an advocate in the NFL for a long time. Years ago, he was on the board of directors for an organization that received a settlement of, I don't know the facts, but somewhere about $55 million for retired players. So then, especially for the players that go broke or, you know, they're not financially stable, this money was to help them. Mm-hmm. And then also, my father has the AmeriCan program, which helps inner city youth, gangbangers, and he's been in the NFL, and the NFL has been giving money and donating to my father for many of years to put the program. And now I don't know if I can say this, but they're really making some strategic moves with the NFL, with the AmeriCan program. So I can't say, you know, the NFL is bad or they don't want us in there because I see what my father's doing, and I can say that you just have to be strategic. You have to be intelligent with your moves. When you have that business mind, you know, they will fuck with you.
Absolutely.
But if you're doing shit that causes all this drama and all this chaos, they ain't fucking with you.
Because it's their brand.
It's their brand. And that's anybody.
Yeah.
If I come into any business and I just start kneeling or if I just start yelling, guess what? They're going to kick my ass out or they're going to fire me. So that's why I'm saying if Colin made the right moves, he would still be in the game. And just like Jay-Z, he's making the right moves. He's in the game. And it's great for him. So I can't hate on him.
Yeah.
I agree.
I definitely agree. I'm like, we got to wait and see. People got all this. I mean, and not only that, forget wait and see. Because whatever he's going to do, he's going to do. And to go back to what you said, we know Jay-Z. He always in it to help somebody else. He's always lifting other people up. So I can't even imagine that this move is about just lining his pocket.
But the thing about it is,
He's got to be helping other people.
even
He
if
better be
is-
helping.
Right.
Well,
right.
I mean,
At that point, then we're going to have some really to say.
Right.
Now you a sellout.
But this is the thing. Even if he is, let's just say he's like, I'm about this coin. The reality of it is there was always one that opened the door for others.
Right.
Period.
Right.
So I think that it might not ever be in our lifetime, but the point is that this opens the door to have maybe more than one owner that looks like us. And that's just simple. And I think the thing about it is sometimes you have to, like you say, you have to be strategic.
Yes.
And you have to make deals with people to get things done.
And relationships.
And relationships. And I was looking at a movie and I don't really know when Martin Luther King was marching and it was a civil rights movement. A lot of people who were marching with him had an issue with him meeting with the president. Because they were
Just like they did with my father.
yeah.
He's Uncle Tom for meeting with the president.
Yes.
And I'm like, my father's been meeting with the president since Reagan. So it's like, come on
But
now.
the thing about it is you have to, if that's the person that get it done,
Get it done.
how you can't do anything else about it.
Right.
So it's like the people that, especially about, and I mean, they said the same thing about Kim and the justice reform and this, that, and the other. If that's, she in an interview, she was like, I don't agree with his policies. But the reality of it is this is the only person that can get this done. I got to go ask him. And
Absolutely.
that's just that.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, until we have people in power in those positions that can actually get something done, we're still going to have to go and knock on these doors, and you have to be able to play with the big dogs.
Exactly.
And that's just, to me, that's just what it is. And I feel like if he ends up being an NFL owner, it is a win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't care if it's 20 years from now, it's a win.
Absolutely.
Because it only starts with one. And had Martin Luther King not met with the president, certain things
we wouldn't have the.
we wouldn't have had a lot of that.
What is it?
The civil rights movement.
Yeah,
They could
the
squash
civil rights
that.
movement.
Even when it came to Selma and all, like a lot of that, he was meeting like what is going on. So some stuff was allowed to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's because he was the president. I mean, what are we gonna do? You don't have an option. So I think that we should wait and see. And I think, but some of the things that you said about the league and about the ins and outs, about pensions and retirement and insurance, people don't know that. So people really thinking that everybody's making $100 million.
Nah, that's not the case.
And people don't understand that is not, in percentage, that's probably not even half the league.
Not at all. And you have, because again, you have to have those. You have the players that everybody knows that you see on the ticker at the bottom of ESPN, and it says how big their contracts are, and the faces that you know. Yeah, that's one player. You might see 5 or 6 on the team, but then again, there's another 40-something, 48 guys that are out there busting their ass trying to be a part of that team to make that team successful. You don't hear about those guys, and those guys get cut left and right. You know what I mean? They're picked up on cut one week, picked up another. I was cut one week, picked up another week by another team after. Pack up and move on Thanksgiving and ship to another city, and that sucks in terms of the business side. That part sucks in terms of the business side of the league. But again, that's damn near what you signed up for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's what you signed. You know what you're getting into. And just real quick, just to your point, the whole sellout and Uncle Tom and all that stuff. The reason I hate it is because 9 times out of 10 it's coming from our own people.
Oh, it is.
So
Yeah,
if you're talking about,
they don't get it.
If you're talking about, if you're talking about,
Yeah.
Calling another brother or another black person a sellout or Uncle Tom, think about it. That name was coined by oppressors, right? Oppressors said field and house and whatever. So if you're calling Jay-Z, and I'm talking, one of my boys said this, you're calling Jay-Z a house N-word, right? What makes you different than the same person that is out there oppressing and talking down on black and brown people? What makes you any different? Because you're speaking the same dialect as that person. So you need to check yourself before you really start coming out, and just talking down on other people. I just never got with that. I think it's kind of whack. And I'm all for uplifting people and giving people an opportunity till they prove us wrong. That's my
Agreed.
spirit.
See,
Yes.
at least for somebody that didn't actually know what they're talking about. Because I was like, I don't even know how the contracts are set up. Like, shut up.
Right. That's why we had to get the experts
Yeah.
on here.
Yes.
People that know what they talking about. But yeah, I think we all agree that we got to wait and see. But Jay-Z, don't let us down.
Don't drop
brother.
the ball on this
Don't
one.
let
bro.
us down. Don't let us down, because the Beehive might even come after you on that. So don't mess around. Don't mess around, Jay. We rooting for you, brother. We rooting for you. Well, this was a good talk.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Very enlightening.
yeah, it was.
Because I didn't know half of this stuff he said. I was like,
Well,
ooh.
we know, because you only when I be talking about football during the season.
I don't know what you're talking about. Unless it was like a football party and there was some food
Like,
there.
what? What are you talking about?
Was there some food there?
But I'll be honest with you, I haven't been watching it like that. I really have. I mean, I know all last season I didn't even watch it. I
you used to.
I did. And me and DJ were getting, not like in arguments, but I was like, you watching the game? For real? That's what we do around
Well, I
here?
mean, a lot of people, but let me tell you, my mother likes the game and she still watched the game. And that was another thing. This
But
dude,
I mean, I know there's so many other players, so that's the other thing, right? You don't want to just like turn your back on the people, to your point,
Yeah.
that have been working so
So
hard
hard, yeah.
to get to that point, and then, you don't watch it and blah,
But
blah,
I-
blah. But I think
Yeah.
people are more so thinking about the NFL. They're
Yeah,
not thinking about
the individual
people.
players.
Right.
But I was saying, I was going to say that most of our people are playing football. So when you're turning your back, you're not even supporting your own people.
yeah,
Right.
I
So
agree.
it's like,
Well, the one guy, this is the thing that it just blows my mind. I think people just are not really thinking. The one guy, he was just bashing Jay-Z and this, that, and the other or whatever. And then when you go to his page, he had a Panthers banner up. He had a
Yeah.
Panthers hat on. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
are you for real right now?
That's what I said. You gotta check yourself before you
I
start
was like, you're
shooting at everybody else,
supporting,
blasting everybody
you're doing the
else.
same thing he's doing.
Well, not only that, Colin Kaepernick said he wanted his job back.
Right.
After that.
So he was okay. He's okay to go
Yeah, if
work
somebody-
for the NFL.
if
So
somebody
why are
signed
people
Cap-
getting right?
If somebody signed
I
Cap
wouldn't
right
hire
now,
him.
would he play? Absolutely. And then will we call him a sellout now?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
He want
So,
his job
like-
back. So you gonna get mad at him if he start? What if Jay-Z on the team and he start playing? I hope he never does that though.
Jay-Z probably going to fire him and be doing that kneeling stuff. I bet you. He'd be like, nuh-uh.
And it's funny that you say that, because I was thinking that when you were saying about the player contracts, I was like, it'll be interesting. Let's just, speak power into it. If Jay-Z get a team, or when he gets a team, is he going to do the
Right.
same type of stuff that
Yeah, that'd be
Whitey
interesting.
done did?
Did this girl say white? She said whitey.
Yes. Whitey. What? There's only what? Is there like one Indian man that owns a team?
Or Jacob.
Shad Khan, yeah, Jacksonville.
Right.
I be feeling,
Okay,
I be feeling
so-
sorry for Jacob.
Jacob know what it is. He knew what it was when he signed up for it. Well, thank you guys again. We really appreciate it. Very, very good conversation. We going out right now with Isaac Hayes, of course, and Chef.
Happy birthday, baby.
Nice.
You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.